Hey guys, Savage Recovery back for another video. How are my savages doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, do me a favor. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, get all my notifications. Hit a like, comment, share, help me out with the algorithm. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can find me at savage_red_studios, where you can see all of my photography. And also I have a Facebook page and a Twitter. And you guys can check me out on Patreon. You guys can also check me out on the Cash App. Let's get into it. So this is going to be a good video. So some new information has come out since I posted the video about Kevin Rittenhouse yesterday. Which, thank you guys for watching that video. It got 2,100 views within 24 hours of being up, which is the most views any of my videos have gotten, and also in the fastest amount of time. That wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the new viewers and the subscribers and the people that like, comment, and share to help me with the algorithm. But new information has come out about the incident with Kyle Rittenhouse. And with that being said, the three people that were injured, the two men that were killed and the one man that was injured, as you can see in the thumbnail, one of those men, the man that was shot in the head, unfortunately, he actually was a bad guy. He was a bad guy. His name was Joseph Rosenbaum. Registered sex offender / sexual misconduct with a child. So that's the man that got shot in the head. Alright? The second person that tried to hit Kyle with the skateboard, his name is Anthony Huber. Domestic abuser, battery for assaulting girlfriend, deceased. And the man that got shot in the arm and lost his bicep, who had a gun on him. He had a gun in his hand when he went up to Kyle, and Kyle shot him. Gage Grosskrski, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but it's Grossskreutz. Seems like a Polish name. He was charged with criminal gun charges. So if he was charged with criminal gun charges and he had a gun in his hand, he was also committing a crime by not allowed to have a gun. And he tried to attack somebody with a gun, which is, as a felon, and attacking someone with a gun as a felon is heightened crimes. And that would actually fall underneath federal statute, because the feds are the ones that deal with all gun charges. And more information has come out that in the state of Wisconsin, people that are under the age of 18 are allowed to use a gun to hunt. Now, I have not checked the law itself to see if the law states that you have to be hunting to carry the gun, but if you are going hunting, you aren't going to be hunting in your travels with open carrying a gun. So, there are people that are getting this patriot, a proper legal team. And with people getting him a proper legal team, self-defense seems like it will be good. And it's also been reported that he was seen with a med kit helping BLM members, which BLM stands for burning, looting, and murder, was helping them when they were wounded from the rioting or from whatever was going on from the chaos. He also was seen taking pictures of him cleaning up graffiti. This young man is a patriot, and the fact that they arrested him for murder is appalling. It's very political. What makes this very apparent is if he can't defend himself when he clearly was shot at and attacked and had Molotov cocktails thrown at him, then that would put a standard that none of us could defend ourselves for any reason. The crime of first-degree murder would mean that he had to have had the planned intent to go and murder those people, which you really can't get that. You're not going to be able to get that in a court case with a jury. You're just not. And also, the police chief of the city also said that it was self-defense and that he shouldn't have been arrested. So there are plenty of people that are coming out in the defense of this young man, and hopefully these charges get dropped. The problem that I keep having in the comments, and the problem that I keep having with these people on the internet that have this idea of, even when it comes to the Jacob Blake case, it's come out with Jacob Blake that he had a knife, and that the reason the police were called was because he was attacking a woman and took her keys, and he fought the police and had a knife. So the problem with the people that I keep seeing when they keep messaging me or commenting or asking, when they give me their opinion based on these stories, is that one person said to me, well, property isn't worth someone's life. So under the Second Amendment, you have the right to protect your life, and you also have the right to protect your property. You also have the ability to protect someone else's property and the ability to protect someone else's life. So if someone's going to tell me that property isn't worth someone's life, then someone shouldn't be destroying property. Unfortunately, in this country, there are a lot of victims that want to play victim. They want to walk up and slap you in the face and get mad when you pull out a bat and hit them. There's a lot of people that want to break into your house, and then they want to cry that they got shot and you shouldn't have shot them. There are people that families rob liquor stores and get killed and say, well, he was just robbing you, you didn't have to kill him. This is the issue. If you don't want to get killed, stop burning down property, stop destroying property, stop looting. Also, stop attacking people. There are multiple videos of just citizens being attacked and intimidated by burning, looting, and murder. And unfortunately, this is karma. If this is what you put out there, this is what you're going to get back. You can't go and do something to someone and then tell them at what standard that they're able to do something to you. If you pull a knife and I have a gun, it's not unfair that I have a gun, because you decided to threaten me. You decided to put my life at risk. You shouldn't have brought a knife to a gunfight. Why don't we just stop the looting and the murdering and stop the burning and the destruction and chaos, and then no one has to get hurt? No one's gonna get killed, and we'll be good. The issue that we have is these people want to do chaos, but they don't want to suffer any consequences. I'm sorry, that's not how life works. And luckily, this young man, Kyle, has the law on his side when it comes to self-defense. This is a perfect case of self-defense. This young man showed tactical training, great trigger control. He didn't when the guy had his hands up, he didn't shoot him. It wasn't until the guy lunged at him and tried to grab his gun. They're also saying that he is a white supremacist, but he had gotten a speeding ticket that lists him as Hispanic. So the idea narrative that he's a white supremacist, so it was okay to attack him, is a lie. This white supremacy thing is just a narrative that's painted to justify the stuff that burning, looting, and murdering does and their actions. And the media is running cover for them. That's the issue. The issue is the media wants to help these people get away with doing what they're doing. And unfortunately, us Americans are tired of it. People are only going to take the destruction and the burning and the murdering and the violence for so long, and it's been going on for 3 months. This idea that the protests are mostly peaceful. They're either peaceful or they're not peaceful. One's burning and looting start happening and violent attacks, it is no longer peaceful. It becomes a riot because you have a mass amount of people committing crimes at one time. Regardless if only 50% of the people are doing it and there's 50% of the people protesting, because there's 100% of people there, it all becomes rioting. I'm sorry, I don't make up the rules. I just have to live in this world, and those are the rules of the world. The fact of the matter is the people that are out here looting and robbing and stealing, they just want destruction. And as long as people keep saying that this behavior is justified or okay, or they don't agree with it and they wouldn't do it, but they shouldn't get killed, you're just carrying water for these people, and this stuff's just going to get worse. And eventually, when they get tired of the cities they're in or the neighborhoods they're in, they're going to keep moving out, and more people are going to be affected. And unfortunately, in this time, true patriots and true Americans are getting fed up with this. And if the rioting and stuff doesn't stop, more people are going to die. We've already had 30 people die from the Floyd riots. From the start of the Floyd riots to now, there's been 30 people that have died. Now we're at 32 with these 2 people in Black Lives Matter being killed. There have been 900 police officers that have been injured. There have been multiple officers killed. There is a very large price that's being paid in blood, and this isn't helping anybody. Unfortunately, whenever there's riots and businesses are destroyed and looted, insurance companies will not pay. They do not pay for civil unrest. They don't. If they did, they'd be bankrupt. They only pay for normal circumstances, and even then, they don't want to pay. So if you're going to go out there and say, well, it's okay to burn these buildings down because they're insured, they're not insured if you're burning them down and rioting. And if it takes people standing up to these Black Lives Matter rioters and Antifa, then that's what's going to have to happen for this to stop. If my dad had a business or my grandfather had a business and I was working in that business and people were going to come and destroy that business and my family's not going to be able to rebuild, then you're destroying 3 generations or 2 generations or 1 generation of life. Those people are never going to be able to put that stuff back together. So everyone has the right to protect their property and their lifestyle. And if you're going to take the way a family supports themselves forever, then you are killing that person's life. You are not physically taking their life, but you are taking the ability for them to provide for their family. And that's unfortunate. Whoever doesn't agree with this, obviously you are the problem. Nobody likes their property being stolen. No one likes their stuff being smashed. No one likes walking out to their car in the morning to go to work and seeing some drunk driver smash into their car while it was parked on the street. Nobody likes this stuff. So why is it acceptable for these people to do this to people and those people are supposed to take it? That makes no sense. And what people don't realize is this racial narrative keeps being pushed. And I'm going to credit this to Tommy Sotomayor because he said it on his stream today. The biggest group of people in America that the government has to worry about is whites. Most people that are planning for end times or tyranny are white people. There are white people in this country that have a lot of guns and food and bunkers, and they have all sorts of plans in case stuff goes bad. With this narrative against white versus black, and blacks wanting to start a race riot, or BLM wanting to start a race riot, or people wanting to say that the whites are evil so we should wipe them out. Unfortunately, most of the whites in this country we're the strongest piece on the board, and I don't include myself as one of those people that do that because I don't have a bunker, I don't have guns, I don't have food stocked up like that. I'm not one of those people, but I am a white person. The strongest piece on the board are the whites that do the end times or the panic saving. If it gets to the point where
you ask the government to come in and take white people out, they're going to be able to take the strongest piece off the table. And once the people with the bunkers and the guns and the food, they go, then the government can do whatever they want to the people that haven't prepared. The government can only do what you allow it to do or what you ask it to do. And unfortunately, pushing this race riot and this tension between whites and blacks is part of the deep state's plan. And by it being part of their plan, it's not going to get better from here. This isn't going to make it to where there's a utopia. It's going to make the destruction of the way that we live and the freedom that we have and how great this country is. And once we allow this to get worse, it's going to get to a point where we're going to be like a third world country, and we won't have any freedom, and we'll be told what to do, and most of us might die. That's what happens when communists take over. That's what happens when socialists take over. A lot of people end up dying, and everyone loses their freedom. If you don't believe it, look what happened in Russia, in Italy, Germany, Venezuela. These are all examples of these regimes. That's what happens. In China right now, there's millions of Muslims that have just disappeared. I'm sorry to tell you, but those are just the facts, and it's facts. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but facts don't care about your feelings. As always, guys, thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for the views. Thank you for commenting and sharing. Thank you for helping with the algorithm. I couldn't have gotten as far as I have in these 4 months without you guys. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, find me at red_recovery on Twitter, and you can also find me on Parler at savageredrecovery. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. You guys can also find me down in the Patreon. Patreon is where I'm going to be putting all my spicy information on, because I'm getting flagged very frequently. I've been flagged 2 times in a week. Three times within the last 2 or 3 weeks. If you guys want to help support and help the channel grow, please like, share, subscribe, and also you can always support by donating to my PayPal, or you can join my Patreon, or you can donate with the Cash App. As always, guys, stay savage.